I have a question that I would like to ask you today. Are you turning temporary help into permanent help? I want you to think about it now. Could you be one of those people that the Lord has sent somebody to help you temporarily, but you're trying to turn it into permanent help? And somebody may say, what do you mean? We all can get to a point in our lives, a season in our lives where we need help. And one thing about the Lord, He's so full of grace, He's so full of mercy, and He's concerned about us. And the Lord cares about everything that we're dealing with and going through. The Lord has a heart to send somebody to help you and whenever you're dealing with and going through. But the Lord is sending that person to help you be a better you. The Lord is sending somebody temporarily to help you get on your feet. But are you one of those people that's taking it for granted? See, the Lord could be saying, I'm giving this person to you to use as a tool, but you trying to turn them into a crutch. I want you to think about it now. Could the Lord be giving somebody for you as a tool just to use temporarily, but you trying to use it and turn it into a crutch and use it forever? Because see, when you need a tool is normally used for a quick fix. Let me use it and let me get done with it. But when you think about a crutch, you need that crutch for a while. Some people can be on crutches for years. And if you be real about it and think about your life, could that very well be what you're trying to do with the help the Lord is sending you? See, could you be one of those people that you're in a bind with trying to get around? Something happened with your vehicle. So the Lord can send somebody your way to help you get around, either until you get your vehicle fixed or you get a new vehicle. Now, instead of you using that time saving up your money to get a new vehicle or to get your vehicle fixed or whatever you need to get done, instead of you doing the right thing by that money, you just keep on spending that money. I want you to think about it now. The Lord has put somebody up in your way to say, I'm going to help you get around until you can get on your feet and do better and get you a vehicle. But instead of you doing the right thing, you do the wrong thing. And what happens when that temporary help now is gone away? Could that very well be you on today? You're taking for granted the temporary help and you trying to make it into permanent help. See, you could very well be somebody trying to get on your feet. And the Lord has touched somebody's heart to open their door for you. And you know what they told you? Don't you worry about giving me a dime. You stay here. You save your money. But the only problem is you just keep doing what you want to do with your money. You never save up your money so you can get your own place with your money. And all you're doing is stretching out time and time and time. And you're making that temporary help into permanent help. But what happens when that's it? See, what happens when a temporary help comes to an end? Because we're all here to help one another out. But some people expect some people to just keep doing it for them for the rest of their lives. And could that very well be you? See, the only people that the Lord wants us dependent upon is Him. That's it. The Lord never wants you dependent upon somebody else for the rest of your life. Because what happens when that person can't do it anymore? What happens when this person leaves this world? They're no longer here to help you anymore. You have to be able to stand on your own 2 feet and do it for yourself. Could that very well be you, that the Lord put somebody in your way to say, I'm going to help you out, but you took it for granted? You took that temporary help thinking that it was going to be permanent help. And now that help is gone. And you sitting up there looking long up in the face because they're long gone. I want you to think about it now. Could it have been an opportunity in your life where an unexpected expense came up and you didn't know how you was going to make a way and pay that bill? The Lord's touched somebody's heart to come and say, I'll give you the money for that bill. You do what you got to do with the rest of the money. I'm going to handle it on this end. But what do? That person comes along and say, I'll help you out a couple of months. And just because that person is helping you out a couple of months, you think it's supposed to keep going on month after month after month. And you think that 3 months is supposed to turn into 6 months, into a year. And instead of you taking advantage of the temporary help that was given your way, you trying to make it permanent help. What happens when that permanent help goes away? Could that very well be you on today? That the Lord has placed people in our lives to help us out. But the Lord has only placed them in our lives to help us out temporary. But you trying to make it long term. Somebody helping you out, you think it's supposed to be long term. You got people thinking that people supposed to be doing this stuff for them the rest of their lives. And if they're taking care of you the rest of their lives, well, what are you going to do? What type of situation does that put you in if you're constantly dependent on somebody else to pay your bills, to help you get around, to do this for you? If you're constantly looking for somebody else to do it, when are you going to do it? I want you to think about it now. And what happens when that person can no longer do it? Because see, it's a lot of people right now that the Lord has sent to help them out temporary, but because they didn't take it, they took it for granted. They're sitting there looking silly because they took it for granted. And you got a lot of people right now, they don't have a place to stay because you know why? They took that temporary help for granted and they didn't do right. You got somebody right now who had the money to get a car, but you know what they did? They spent that money. They didn't get their car fixed with their money. Now they don't know how they're going to get around back and forth. I want you to think about it now. Are you one of those people that's taking the temporary help for granted? What is it on today that you need to be thankful for? Or you need to be thankful for the things that the Lord put forth and said, I'm going to give you help temporarily. But the Lord is saying, I don't need you to make it forever. The Lord is saying, I'm giving it to you as a tool, but you trying to turn it into a crutch. You trying to depend on somebody forever to do something for you when the Lord is saying when it's all said and done, you still have to be able to do it for yourself. What is it in your life that you know that you need to go to the Lord and say, Lord, at this point in my life, I know I need to get on my feet so I can do it by myself. The Lord hears us and he sends help our way. But the Lord is saying, I'm sending that help for you to get yourself together. Not for this person to keep taking care of you 5 and 10 and 20 years down the line. And then you got people who got the nerve to get mad when people don't want to tote them anymore. Could that very well be you? See, that person helped you as much as they was called to help you, but you got the nerve to get mad now. Could that be you? Maybe you know somebody like that. You done helped this person out and said, I'll buy you groceries. I'll help you get on your feet. But they think you're constantly supposed to keep on buying them groceries. They helping you out pay your light bill. They helping you towards your rent. But you getting mad because you think they're supposed to keep on doing it. And you think every time they pick that telephone up, they're just supposed to say, here you go, here you go. But you get mad when that person say, I can't do it anymore. The Lord is saying, I'm sending you help. But what are you doing with the help that the Lord is sending you? I want you to think about it now. What is it that you can look at your life and say, the Lord sent that help my way? Am I messing over that help that the Lord sent my way? And on today, are you better and are you ready to do things a better way? We must take advantage of the help that the Lord has given. If the Lord has put somebody in your life to help co-sign for you a vehicle, co-sign for you an apartment, my thing is take advantage of that and work on your credit. Because there's some people that the Lord has touched people's heart to co-sign for people things to get, and they still won't pay for their stuff on time. And they don't realize at the end of the day, not only are they messing up that person's credit, but they don't realize it's not helping them with their credit. See, what happens now if you was dependent on that person to help you get your credit? Now you're destroying their credit. And then what happens when the time comes when you have to have credit? Are you taking advantage of the opportunity that the Lord is allowing somebody to help you? What are you doing with the help that the Lord is saying, I'm putting them by you so they can help you? But the Lord is saying it's temporary help, not permanent help. Get on your feet and do what you need to do so you can be a better you. Seek the Lord. Go to the Lord and say, Lord, I thank you for the help that you're sending my way. But Lord, I know I need to do things a better way. You got people sitting up here giving people money for bills and they going to spend it. And they right back in the same situation that they've been in. The Lord has touched somebody's heart to pay somebody rent for them up to 6 months, up to a year. And sometimes when you look back, guess what? You still haven't gotten ahead. Who can you blame? It's no need of blaming the Lord and getting mad at nobody else. Sometimes we got to get in the mirror and just blame ourselves. But we got to go to the Lord and say, Lord, I don't want to mess over the help that you've given me, but I want to take advantage of the help that you're giving me so I can be a better me and make a better thing out of the situation that I'm going through. You want to be in a better situation, not the same situation. And could that be you on today? So let's go to the Lord. Let's seek the Lord and say, Lord, help me not screw over my help. I don't want to take for granted the help that you've given me, but I want to be able to do right by the help that you're giving me so I can be in a better situation and I can always be a better me. So I always remember my closing, self-examination. It's the best examination. And Jesus Christ is Lord and he's all we have. Have a great rest of the day.